Okay.
Hey guys, Mike Trull, AMSOIL dealer here. And so today we're doing something a little different. No AMSOIL today. But what we are doing is I'm going to try to make a short video and just show you on a 2011 Nissan Altima. This is the 2.5 4-cylinder. Really easy job you can do yourself is changing your ignition coils and or spark plugs. And so this car about a month ago had a coil go bad, and the way we determined which one it was is with the engine running and it's under heavy misfire, you pull these power wires off one by one, and the coil that's not contributing, obviously there's going to be no change. So with each of these you would pull it off and the engine would, you know, slow down even further. Well, when we got to this one, we knew that this one, or we reasoned this one was bad. So this one's new. This one's about a month old, and sadly the same thing happened to this one. So we went on rockauto.com. This was 90 bucks plus tax at the local parts store. The exact same thing, Hitachi brand, $38 at rockauto.com. And I picked up 4 NGK Ruthenium spark plugs. These are apparently top of the line, high ignitability, better than platinum, better than iridium. These are only 8 bucks a piece, so you can get cheaper stuff, but I wanted to get good stuff. And so if your spark plugs are worn, we believe these are original, 150 some thousand miles. As the gap opens wider and wider, it's harder for these coils to make that spark jump, and so it can cause your coils to wear out prematurely. So if you can do it, go ahead and change all this at once, and or keep up with your spark plugs, and maybe your coils will last longer. So we've already pulled off the cover. All it is an Allen wrench and these hex head bolts. There's 1, 2, 3. That's simple. And then a 10 millimeter socket for your coils here. And so break that loose. So you're going to take that out. And set that somewhere safe. And then your power wire, you have to, probably could have done this first while the bolt was connected. This harness is kind of in the way, but it's doable. And then these simply pull out. And so there's no spark plug wires, there's just a coil, and this goes right onto your plugs. So this is probably still good in the sense that it still works, so maybe I'll throw that in my toolbox, but odds are we'll never need it because these are new and these are new. So then you just take, okay, I believe it's a 12 millimeter deep socket. I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna try to make do with this 9/16. Oh wow, yeah, not even that tight. This is great. Since I don't have a special spark plug socket for this, I'm gonna get a length of rubber hose in order to go down on the spark plug and spin it out. Or we could use the old coil. How about that? Let's see if that'll do it. These have really long threads from when I looked at them. And the nice thing is the coil covers the spark plug hole, so you don't have to worry so much about debris being down in there. But there's, I'm guessing these are original spark plugs, so it'd be interesting to look at the gap on those later and see how much they've opened up over time. So these are NGK as well. Okay, and these are the new ones. So this, just for reference, DILK AR6A11. So I assume that those are factory, and these are, it's an LKAR6AHX 97292. And so We'll take one. And according to the box, you're supposed to do, these do have a gasket. These are not a taper seat, they have a gasket. So you just go down, you know, hand tight, and then it looks like 1/2 of a turn with the wrench. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna use, again, the old coil to try to get that in. Hopefully I can thread it pretty easy. I want to make sure I don't cross thread anything. And so here's where you got to decide as well if you want to do anti-seize or not. I guess that's a whole other topic, but I guess I'm not going to. Feels like that's going in, but we certainly don't want to force anything. So once we get down there, yep, so that's okay, it's stopped right there. So that's what you would call hand tight, and I'm gonna, it said 1/2 a turn. Let me, so if we go from here to here, that even seems like a lot though, but yeah, it's still, so it's compressing that washer. So that's 1/2 a turn right there, and that actually feels very natural as a stopping point. You know, too loose is bad, too tight is obviously bad. So now, this was our coil, so now we'll take a new coil and put this in place. Let's compare it. And yep, it looks, there's a few differences there, but made in Japan, that's good. They definitely know how to make good cars and stuff. So then we just drop it in. I don't know if this has any, I don't see any type of dielectric grease, but normally if they need it, they come with it. Just drop it in place and put our power wire on while it's loose. A satisfying click for that, and then our hold down bolt. And whoops, be glad you don't have a V8 you know, GMC Envoy, because this same process on one of those is not easy. And just to have the spark plugs changed, the mechanic quoted $600. That's not including the coils, so it's labor. But on this engine, you can see how easy this is. And so I won't show you the other ones. On this one, obviously, we're going to reuse this coil. It's a month old, but we will change the spark plug out. All right. Thanks. Guys, if you like this kind of content, now's a good time. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. An early like really helps out. Gets this content out to more people, and it helps grow the channel. This is my info. Guys, if you're interested in anything I'm doing here, there's my dealer number, 146-3115, my website, and links will be down below in the first comment. Real quick, here's the used ones, and that one is pretty opened up. I can get that 45 thousandths in really easy. Look at that one, the top electrode. Some of the others don't look too bad, but that one looks pretty bad, and this is one of the new ones. I did check it. It's the 40 thousandths fits and 45 does not, so I think that's right on the money. Alright guys, so I buttoned it back up. All I showed you was doing one, but it's the same process with all four, and then you just put your three little Allen bolts back in. So again, a spark plug socket would make this easier, but what I used was, I used these to kind of spin the spark plugs in and out. A length of rubber hose would work as well, and I believe it's supposed to be a 12 millimeter, but I didn't have one, so that's a 9/16. Do that at your own risk because it's not exactly the right size. And 10 millimeter was the coil bolt. So anyway, let's start it up. Moment of truth. It was missing heavily before. Go ahead. Wow. I think it sounds really good. What do you think, Sarah?
It's night and day. It's
good.
There's no shaking. It's at just over 1,000 RPM idling, whereas before it was under and it felt like it was gonna stall. So yeah, this is wonderful.
Good. Praise the Lord. All right, you're welcome. I'm glad. Sometimes stuff is easy. Sometimes stuff is more than I want to get involved with. But in this case, like I said, Rock Auto just made it very affordable to do ourselves. And so thank the Lord for that. Guys, please hit the like button, subscribe. And normally what I do on this channel is install AMSOIL synthetics. I am an AMSOIL dealer. My dealer number is 146-3115. So if you go to amsoil.com, but my personal website is also going to be down in the first comment, number1synthetic.com, and I'll have links. Please check out my channel and the AMSOIL. But just wanted to give you a quick look at something simple you could do on your 2011 Altima 2.5.